Buzz about the WWF, which is now known as the WWE.
Who are named Billy and Chuck.
Billy and Chuck, good morning. Congratulations.
I'm really pleased with the way that Billy and Chuck as characters.
Playing our characters on TV to the hilt for the premiere of SmackDown.
Billy Gunn and Chuck Palumbo will get married on tonight's WWE SmackDown. It's tonight at 8 o'clock on UPN.
Out of nowhere in the span of 7 days, the WWE, with a risky publicity stunt in an angle involving a tag team which in the past several months looked to be nearing the end of their run, suddenly got the media spotlight back on the product in the past week, with the Billy and Chuck wedding ceremony hitting big to give the company massive media coverage to turn it into one of the most media publicized segments of the year, while in the process raising expectations for it to now match the hype with a strong viewership spike on the night, with the added exposure for the product coming at the right time in the week leading up to the season premiere episode of SmackDown and the start of UPN's 2002 to 2003 TV season to kick off its 4th year on the air, opening big with over 5.1 million viewers already from the first quarter, featuring Lesnar vs. Hardcore Holly in a match seeing Bob Holly suffering a serious neck injury after being dropped on his head in a misplaced powerbomb from Brock, leading to Holly, who lived up to his reputation by finishing the match despite it, being taken to the local hospital after the match to find the extent of the injury in the following several days that will take him out of the ring for the next year, with the injury coming just 24 hours after another blow to the Raw brand, with Bradshaw tearing his bicep in the opening tag match to also write him off until next year, with the Holly-Lesnar match driven by the boosted hype for the show making it the joint most watched opening segment on WWE television in 4 months, along with the Rock-Lesnar confrontation 3 days to SummerSlam on August 22nd. Continuing to pick up in the second quarter with over 5.3 million viewers for a tag match of the Guerreros against Edge and Cena going 7 minutes. While the idea for the ceremony publicity stunt was not a last-minute decision, with the company reportedly planning to shoot the angle for the past several months, the media reaction to it perhaps caught the company by surprise, with Gunn and Palumbo in the days following the SmackDown broadcast last Thursday, asked by Vince McMahon to go on a spontaneous media tour to capitalize on the buzz created from the stunt, with them as a result being featured in some of the highest-profile publications in the country, riding the wave of publicity during the week to make appearances all over TV and radio in the build to the segment promoted as a commitment ceremony and the preview advertising leading up to the show, and with all the focus on the night shifted to the ceremony segment, with the build-up to the Unforgiving pay-per-view taking a backseat until the go-home show next Thursday. SmackDown set up the continuation of the Taker-Lesnar feud, with Taker and the follow-up to the face-to-face interview with Heyman and Brock the previous week, arriving to the Target Center with his wife before being challenged by Matt Hardy to build to the show closing angle. SmackDown's top match of the night was placed to close the first hour, with Kurt Angle, after setting it up in a comedic promo, facing Rey Mysterio in a rematch of the rapid pace opening match at the SummerSlam pay-per-view, going 8 minutes in the 8:45 to 9 p.m. quarter to bump SmackDown to over 6.2 million viewers already in the first hour, resulting it totaling 5.7 million viewers and an over 1.4 million margin from the 4-year low 9 p.m. hour of Raw last Monday, with the SmackDown commentary on the night also seeing Cole and Taz instructed to take heavier shots at the Raw brand, attempting to intensify the feel of competition, including Cole saying that he's not watching the Raw product while taking shots at Bischoff's HLA publicity stunt from Monday to build up to the big angle for tonight, with Angle and Mysterio after another pay-per-view caliber performance in their first televised singles match seeing Angle going over, followed by Chris Benoit vs Rikishi placed for the top of the hour quarter, with the second hour overall driven by the massive viewership spike for the Billy and Chuck segment, seeing it averaging nearly 6.9 million viewers to result in an unprecedented gap from Raw's second hour, with SmackDown outdrawing it by a huge figure of 2.5 million viewers. with things not set to get any easier for the Raw brand, with the show now set to face heavy sports competition on Monday nights for the rest of the year to make SmackDown, which is soon also set to face increased competition from the new reality and drama series debuting on network television, the most watched WWE show of the week by massive margins on almost a weekly basis, and what, unless the Raw product heats up or get an influx of major star power, is expected to be the biggest gap between the programs since SmackDown went on the air in August 1999. With SmackDown driven by the past week of publicity growing in viewers in every quarter from the already stronger than usual opening audience, the big segment of the night was placed to start at 9:14 p.m. to go almost 30 minutes through a commercial break, including over 21 minutes uninterrupted in an unusual formatting targeting a huge audience bump, with the company facing the challenge of matching the media hype to who can potentially convert a new outside audience tuning in specifically on the night, along with delivering a strong payoff to the regular SmackDown viewers, seeing perhaps the biggest pop of the night coming with Godfather making a surprise return to question Billy and Chuck's ceremony, with him knowing their personal history, opening the final half hour of the broadcast at 9:30 p.m. with the other massive reaction seeing Billy Gunn making the reveal for the first time on WWE television to pop the Target Center with a standing ovation. And if there was any doubt about what drove the massive viewership spike on the night, the segment picked up big over 2 quarters to peak at a massive 7.5 million viewers, the joint most watched segment on WWF/WWE television since the first week after the Draft Raw show, and an over 700,000 viewers margin from any other quarter on the show, peaking between 10:30 to 45 p.m. with a 4.4 rating to drive the final half hour of the broadcast to average a 5-month high of 7.2 million viewers, with the last time SmackDown averaged 7.2 million for a full half hour coming when the company's initials were still WWF, and the first exclusive SmackDown after the draft show on April 4th for an hour built around a Hogan-Triple H promo confrontation and a Rock vs. Jericho main event, both drawing over 7.5 million viewers, with this segment and execution with the pressure on the company to deliver a strong payoff in front of the big audience and media spotlight, seeing it ending with an all-time great swerve of Eric Bischoff revealing himself behind the specially designed mask to bring out Rosie and Jamal to take out everyone involved in an all-time memorable SmackDown moment, set up as a complete surprise for most of the talent roster to the production crew, with Eric arriving to the Target Center early in the morning to get the makeover done before any talent got to the building, while staying in character for the rest of the day backstage hours before the show went on the air, with him calling his surprise reveal in the ring with the 3-minute signal as perhaps the favorite moment of his WWE run. After one of the most hyped segments of the year, SmackDown still had 2 matches to go, first with Tori vs. Nydia opening the final quarter, followed by the spontaneous final match set up in the past half hour with Matt Hardy challenging Undertaker, with him coming to the ring with Lesnar for the main event, with the final quarter in an unusual situation mostly due to following the massive segment minutes earlier, dropping back from the 7.5 million peak to a 4 rating with 6.8 million viewers to still make it the second most watched quarter of the night, ending with another strong angle to build to the Taker vs. Lesnar pay-per-view match, with Heyman and Brock confronting Sara backstage before laying out Taker to close the TV season premiere, with the heavily hyped show driven by the unusual media buzz for the Billy and Chuck segment delivering a massive increase to see the show spiking to the most watched SmackDown in 5 months with a 3.7 rating with over 6.2 million viewers to also make it the most watched TV broadcast for the company in general since the first Raw under the WWE name.